morning, sixth graders. Happy Tuesday. I hope you all had a great weekend, even though it feels like every day is the same as the day before right now. Maybe your life is different, but around here there's not a lot of difference between a Monday and a Saturday at this point. But I've worked a lot over the weekend to make some plans and activities and kind of switch them over from real life teaching to e-learning style. I loved all of the comments and the feedback from the surveys from both you and your parents who did it. And I agree with kind of reorganizing how I was putting my things on It's Learning. And so I've tried to make it easier for you, although I know some of you said, don't change it. I don't think this will throw you off too much. I think it will help. There will be less clicking, and everything I think is going to end up being kind of in one spot. So I'm going to show you a little sneak peek of what you're going to find. So for me this week, when you get into It's Learning, you're still going to go to Courses Homeroom Resources. That will probably never change for me. So Courses Homeroom Resources. Once you get there, you will, I think, only see two things. So you'll see those BCSE curriculum resources, which is that page to get to like IXL and Wonders and math and different things like that. And then you'll see my weekly folder with everything in one spot. So what I've done is, and we'll try it this week, and if you hate it, then we can go try something else. But I made a slideshow, a Google slideshow, and I have one slide for Tuesday, a different slide for Wednesday, and a different slide for Thursday. And I have put language arts and science on that slide. So I'm going to show you. I can't turn my camera. So, and this is probably backwards to you, but this is the Tuesday slide. And so it's half of the screen is for language arts and half of the screen is for science. So as you can see, if you were trying to read what it says, not everything is filled in. I'm still working on it because it's not really Tuesday morning when I'm making this video. But by the time you're watching this, it will all be finished. But if you can see kind of those blue links, I think that's going to be the easiest change, is instead of then going back out to It's Learning to find the link or to find the website, I just embedded everything. So when it says to watch a video, all you have to do is click those blue words. When it says to fill in a chart, you just have to click on that chart. So I think this will make it easier for everybody, I hope. I also want to point out that, so there's no confusion, everything that is numbered, unless it says bonus optional, which I know this is probably backwards to you, but see at the bottom there it says bonus optional. Everything else that's numbered, that's like a must do. You need to do that work. Those are all those things that we would be doing during stations and work time if we were really in school, and that doesn't change. So everything that's numbered, I do expect you to do. The majority of you said that the work I was giving you was not too much and not too little, so hopefully that will remain the same. But then if you do see something on these slides, and I'm trying to do that for everything, that says bonus optional, that's what it means. You don't have to do it. But I know at this point there's not a lot else to do. So if you are bored or you just want a challenge, try the bonus optional, but everything else you have to do. So like I said, I'm going to have those slides for each day of the week, and I hope you find a benefit to that. And I am also putting the choice board in there too. One thing that was messing some of you up, since it was a Google Doc, when you open the choice board for the very first time, which is hopefully today, and it's going to ask you to make a copy so that you can edit your copy of it later on. But after the first time you do that, after the first time you hit make a copy, you won't go back to that link anymore. You won't make a new copy, because if you do that, you won't see the stuff you've already done. Once you make a copy for the first time, that physically makes a copy of it and puts it into your Google Drive. And so after that, you will just access it through your Google account. You won't go back to that original link. And I know most of you know that, but that was messing a few people up last week. And speaking of last week, thanks for turning everything in. We had such great effort and feedback and hard work done from everybody. And I really appreciate it. I know this is different and new and not the way we want it to be, but I was really proud of all of you for all of your hard work. Your messages and getting to see your flip grids and see your faces during Zoom was definitely my favorite part. Speaking of Zoom, I am planning another meetup this week, probably on Wednesday. I'm going to change the times a little bit, and I'm also going to do one this week for my homeroom and one for Rankin's homeroom. I know some of you won't like that, but I also know it was a lot of people at one time. I'll do whole group meetups again, but for this week, I'm going to try doing it by homeroom. So I'm going to try them in the afternoon, and as soon as I get those times ready, I'll send you a message on It's Learning, and I'll also post them in your kind of new daily slide that you're going to be finding. Science work is in there too, and I have a science video. I did a lesson at my barn at my farm for science, just to mix it up a little bit. It's kind of like a field trip that we don't get to take. I take you with me on my phone. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is staying active, and I hope you guys are finding ways to stay active in this time when we're all kind of stuck at home. And it's easy to get lost on your phone and video games, and I'm hoping that you can find ways to be active, whether it's running up and down your driveway, skipping, hopping, jumping rope, riding your bike. If you have a trampoline, get on your trampoline. I know there are great websites for kids. A website doesn't sound like it would be active, right? But there are some that have yoga for kids, workouts for kids. So I just encourage you to find ways to stay active, to get up out of your bed sometimes and get off the couch if you're not already doing that. And just find ways to get active, whether it's inside or outside. I think it really helps. Every time that I do something active, it just helps my state of mind, and I just feel better after I do that. So I just want to encourage you all to do something today to get your body up and moving and get your heart rate up. I think it'll make you feel really good. So thanks for listening and watching this video, and I can't wait to see all of the work and the activities and the challenges that you do this week. As always, send me a message if you need help with anything. Send Mr. Rankin a message if you need help with math or social studies. Don't forget your specials this week. I know a lot of you were confused about STEM. And she just put a ton of stuff on there, and I know that was really overwhelming for some of you, but she did that just so you have a choice. There is no set thing that you have to do for STEM. It would be fantastic if you chose like one task or one challenge each week to try, but you certainly don't have to do every single thing. Just find something that looks interesting to you and give it a shot. And don't forget art. I know Mrs. Erickson misses you and wants you to check on her course. Same way with Mrs. Jones and with Mr. Sims too. So make sure you're checking those out. They have It's Learning messages too. So if you want to send them a message, please do so. I'm sure they would look forward to hearing from you. So I think that's it for today for my video. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I will have another video ready for you tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday. Bye.